Hey guys, how are y'all doing today? So today I'm going to be reviewing and reacting to the announcement from Microsoft merging with Bethesda and the games passes that they've been adding to. So the first game that they went along the lines of was Redfall. It was a vampire game where it looks like that you're trying to create an alternate universe and take back over your universe, your original universe, by killing all the vampires off of the world. It looked like it was really fun. Looks like it has a good storyline. It looks very interesting to play. So that's going to be something that I would be looking forward to personally to play in the future. And then they did a Silsong. It's like a platformer, all in one platformer. I'm not really familiar with it. I don't really know if that's going to be something that I'd be into. Then they went down and they did High on Life. It's an alien game. Um, and it looks really neat. High on Life looks really neat. Looks really developmental. Looks really creative with the way that they portrayed the aliens and made stuff happen with your guns that you could use your guns and transfer them. Kind of looks like it was created by the same artwork team that did the Borderlands in a way. So that's pretty neat. That's something that's going on. And then of course they released the Riot Games list, the League of Legends and the Wild Rift for League of Legends. And then they did Legends of I'm gonna mess this up. Um, Reteria, I think is what it's called. Of course, they did Valorant and they did Tenet and Tails and all that. But then they moved into stuff that's going to be streaming on Steam, streaming through the cloud, and streaming through Xbox only. And that was like a Plague's Tale. The new Forza Motorsports. Forza Motorsports looks amazing. I have to say that they took a lot of time in their dynamics and graphics on the new Forza that's coming out. And there's actually two of them that they're going to be releasing. They're going to release five again as well. But their original Motorsports just looks awesome. Daytime and nighttime, the tracks react differently apparently to how your car is actually moving on it. So that's a pretty cool little feature that they've added into it this year for Forza. Then of course they did the 40-year expansion of Flight Simulator for Microsoft. Microsoft Flight Simulator is going to go do a 40-year anniversary, where they've added some more planes. They've added some older planes. They've taken new courses in the sky. They've put some new stuff into that. So that looks pretty good. That looks like something that if you're into that type of simulation and that type of flying and stuff like that, that would be right up your alley to get into and move. Um, and then, of course, they moved into like ARA, the History Untold, and Elder Scrolls, the High Island. They did both of those kind of back to back, and then they offered another version of Fallout 76, the Pit. They're bringing back the Pit this year, which I'm really happy about. Like I liked from Fallout 3 that you could do the Pit and Operation Anchorage and all that other stuff. That was one of the actually Fallout 3 was the original game that I bought for the Xbox 360 on day 1 whenever it released, the Fallout 3. That was the first game I bought. That and NBA 2K7 were the first two games that I bought after I had my Xbox. The third game I bought was NBA Live. But so that looks pretty cool that they're going to bring back the Pit for 76. And it looks like it's got a bunch of original characters going through it. You're saving Pittsburgh. You're going to go out and just make it happen. So that looked pretty cool on that side. Then they did Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn. That looked pretty neat. Other than it looked like they in the video they showed, it only looked like your character had three moves in order to perform for every person you were fighting. You only had three moves, so that's kind of threw me off a little bit about that, but it's all right. And then they did a big Minecraft release. They're going to do Minecraft, and it's going to be the Legends mode for Minecraft this year. So new storyline that's going to be going into that. There's going to be putting out a few extra options inside the gameplay that's going to be available. And those of you that were purists, like I had Minecraft for the PS3, but some people were doing it on PC way before it even came out for the three. I hope that you guys will like that. That looks like something that is going to be going out this year. Then they're doing Lightyear Frontier, which I first thought that was going to be a pull off of Toy Story, but I was completely wrong. It's actually a shooting game, and it looks actually pretty fun. Gunfire Reborn, they're saying that it's going to be released on October 22nd. I didn't really get much information on it. And then, of course, the last case of Benedict, or the last case of Benedict Fox, I think is what it's called, Benedict Fox. Um, Now that looks really interesting. That's a platformer game, but they've made it to where there's a murder that happens, and you have to go back inside this guy's body through external features. I'm not going to give it all away, but there's something else that's with you, like a dark passenger, and you're having to go back through their memories and retrace their steps while you're going through the platform itself. So that looked really good. And then they showed As Dusk Falls, and that's kind of where I left off last night. But everything that they set to release so far looks really good. It looks like it's going to be fun to play. Almost everything is going to be eligible for the X and S. Some of it's going to be eligible for the One. It's also going to be cloud available. So if you have a TV, like we spoke about yesterday, I told you that they partnered with Samsung yesterday on the TVs. So if for any reason whatsoever you get one of those TVs and you just want to play through the cloud, most of these games are cloud ready. Some of them are going to be Steam ready. And they posted on their form what was going to be Steam ready and what wasn't. So I'm looking forward to this year. I think that this is going to be a big year for them, especially Bethesda. This is going to be a big year for Bethesda. This is actually the largest list of games Bethesda has put out since '98. So and that's just a short version of it. There was about 22 more that was on the list that I didn't even name or didn't even go into. So I'm looking forward to some of these games coming out this year. I want to be able to say that I'd be able to play them all, but it's not going to happen overnight. It takes money to play stuff, and right now that's kind of scarce, especially with the way our economy's going right now. But hopefully we'll be on an upturn pretty soon. We won't have to worry about that. We'll be able to change over and be able to get some of this good stuff and play it. And like I said, if as long as they're offering it on the cloud and you're able to keep your Games Pass up, you might as well just go that route with it to start with and see if you really like it before you buy it, because that's going to be a big determining factor. I think that they should put some of the older games back on Games Pass too, just to let people try them out to see if they really are interested in purchasing that. Because there's a lot of stuff that's been made over the years that for example, like the Splinter Cell series. There's a lot of games in the Splinter Cell series that I believe could be put on Games Pass and could be played through Games Pass as a trial base or trial period for those people. And then once they just decide whether or not it's for them or not, let them purchase it or not. That's all there is to it. Uh, and it will also introduce a whole new generation into those genre of games. There's lots of people who didn't get a chance to play those games. They don't know nothing about them. They don't have any idea what they're about. And then there's some people that just want to go into it as it is now, and vice versa. Like this new generation, I've noticed that there's a couple games that they're all about. They're all about PUBG. They're all about Call of Duty. They're all about Fortnite and um, a couple others, but for the most part, I think that this is just me personally. I think that some of the older games need to come back so that the newer generation has a chance to play on them and get good at them and know what's up. I do like the fact that Call of Duty is releasing the Modern Warfares in series, like they did the original Modern Warfare for the One. Now they're going to be doing Modern Warfare 2 for the Series X. But I think that it needs to come with some stipulations, like, because I'm a purist now. You got to remember, we started back in the old days when regular Modern Warfare started it, and then when you met Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, World at War, Black Ops. I mean, if they're going to do it, they need to re-release it all the way. I mean, do the whole series, do a brand new graphic set on all the series and just let it go through. And that would be my challenge to you guys: Frostbite, Raven, Soft, freaking starts with a 9. Infinity Ward. If you guys are going to start releasing older games like that because you ran out of ideas, then at least release them in sequence. And I'd even go back and remake like Big Red 1 if you guys really want to. I mean, that's something that you all can do. There's a lot of people who love the World War II stuff. I love World War II stuff. And like that would be right up my alley. World at War was right up my alley. World War II was right up my alley. So that would be something cool. And then I know that they've killed Battlefield. They've pretty much said that Battlefield's done. Um, but something that I would like to see in the future is I would like to see a Battlefield game take it back. Like 1942, they would remake 1942 and re-release it for one of the new gen consoles. That would be awesome, man, just to have that. And I know that they've got it and the servers are still up for the 360 and they were up for the PlayStation a couple weeks ago, but I believe they're taking them down this week. They've made mention that they're done for the 3 on that. But that's one of the games that really got me into first person shooters, got me into going at it. That and there was a game called Vendetta that was released for PC in the 90s, and that was really cool. And it was kind of the precursor to what we know now as Counter Strike. It kind of started the whole Counter Strike phase, and that was something that I really a shout out to those who made that. That was generational changing, game changing, and lots of fun for lots of people who just had the time to do it. We used to go to internet cafes. This is how old I am. I'm going to tell my age here. We used to go to internet cafes because they were the only place that had broadband Wi-Fi, and we would buy the computers for a certain amount of time overall, like 2 3 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and we would play Counter Strike. We would load it on every computer and play Counter Strike for hours. And we used to do the same thing with Vendetta. I mean, it's just cool stuff, man. Just reminiscing on things. Anyway, that's my little thing. That's my takeaway. I think that overall, we're going to have a great year this year coming out from Microsoft and from Bethesda. I think that our games are going to be good. I do hope to see some more stuff from Infinity Ward. I do hope to see some stuff from Ravensoft. I do hope to see some stuff from Frostbite. I do hope to see some stuff from Castle Games coming in the future, or Blue Castle Games. Sorry, Blue Castle Games in the future. I would like to see. Sega put out a console. I've said that on the last video. I'm going to say it on this video. I want Sega North America to put out a console. I want them to compete in this market because I believe that they could win this console generation just by making something simple and reliable and fun. I know that they sold most of their software rights to Microsoft, but still, you all have the ability right now to get third party involved in your console, especially the way things are going with Nintendo, the way things have gone with PlayStation. PlayStation has really dropped the ball. So now is a great time for Sega, you to come in and take this market and take it back and let purists like me love your console again. So I appreciate you guys for watching. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, leave them below, and I will get back to you individually, one-on-one. You can follow me on Twitter at a rabid beaver. It's spelled just like the nerdy gaming at a rabid beaver. You can follow me on Twitch at a rabid beaver, and here I am. So I've got little snippets up everywhere. So thank you guys very much. I'll talk to you soon. Y'all be safe. Until next time.